Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. So we've gotten a lot of requests for Orion by Metallica, and I always avoid it because it's way too long. But you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna start it today. This is part 1 of the Orion lesson series, and we'll probably finish it within the next 5 years or so. I'm just kidding. We'll get it done. But this first one pretty much takes care of the first 4 minutes of the song, with all the right before that harmony guitar part. So all the rhythms, and I'm going to do Kirk Hammett's little kind of first solo there. All right, so let's start here. We are tuned to standard tuning, and after the little effecty thing comes in and the full band kicks in, we have this riff. All right, cool stuff. So we're going to start here with the low E string and the 7th fret on the A string. All right, so you're going to keep going back and picking 2 downstrokes on the low E string muted. All right, now you're going to play this chord, which is basically still get the 7th fret there, but you're going to add the 5th fret on the D string. So we have that. We're hitting those 2 strings and going down to the low E, doing those 2 notes muted again. And the third time, you just hit the chord and then the low E string once. Now reach that first finger back to the 4th fret, back to this low E string, and back up to the 5th fret. So all together. All right, now you're going to play the 5th fret on the A, 4th on the D, while playing the 7th fret here on the low E string. All right, so try to don't let those ring together. Don't do that. We're really going to go. All right, so those 2 hits now are on the 7th fret on the low E string. All right, so we're going to do this. Kind of hit that these 2 notes ending this riff twice together. So we had this. Then take that to now this stays the same. First finger stays there. Now the 6th fret on the A string. And the same riff there. So we have this. And start over. All right, you get the point. All right, then we have this. It's got a little bass guitar thing going on over it. So it's just down, up on the low E strings, muted. Then the A power chord, E power chord, then the C power chord here, the 3rd fret off the 5th string. So we have. Then we're going to just pretty much reverse that. Start with the zeros again, but then reverse it. Play the C power chord, E, then A. So he does that a few times, and he kicks into they kind of start moving along with it a little bit with the full drums. So here it sounds like this. All right, so it just keeps repeating that. So we're doing a lot of. So same chords it's built around. Going forwards, then backwards. But in between it with. down, up, down, ups. Now, after you do those 3 chords, the rhythm gets a little bit tricky. So, and then he also adds the first fret here on the low E string, and then back to the rhythm. So we have this. So you get the point. So just try to follow along with that slowly, and then you'll be able to try to get it up to speed. But it's just a little bit tricky in between when it's starting over those chords each time. All right, so then it goes back into that riff we did before. All right, and that's when Kirk Hammett's first solo comes in. So let me play through that real quick. All right, so we're going to start here with a quick little trill between 4 and 5 on the D string. I'll just play the first phrase. All right, so that's just that little trill between 4 and 5 on the D, over to the 7th fret on the A string. So you do it twice, you just hold the 7 longer the second time. Do it again. All right, then you have this, which is just 5 twice on the D, 4, and then hit 5th fret on the A. And then between 5 and 4 again, just hit each twice. And then repeat that whole thing again. All right, then we have this little run. All right, so that's hammering 4 to 5 on the D, then pick and 5, slide it to 7, pick and slide up to 9, pick and slide up to 12, pick and slide up to 14. Hit it a few times, then we have, so that's 14 on the D, 12 on the G, whole step bend at 14 on the G, then 14, 12, hammer 11 to 12, back to 11, over to 12 on the D. All right, now we're going to play this next phrase. All right, so we have 12 on the G to 15 on the B. Then we have that kind of the oblique bend where you're holding the 15th fret on the B string and bending up the 14th on the G. So you pick the 12 and the 15 and then you put that 14 down on G. Hit them to go both together. Down to 12 and then play 14 on the G, 12 on the B. Then you're going to do a series of bends. You're basically bending 3 times there, a whole step on the 15th fret on the B string, but doing some rapid picking while you're bending up. Over to 12 on the high E string, and then you're just playing picking 15, 14, 12, repeated on the high E string. There's one time there, he does it as a pull off, so you'll hear the difference in the timing there. And then the bends at the 17th fret on the high string. All right, now to a bend there on the, actually, we'll just play this next phrase. All right, so it's a bend there on the 17th fret on the B string. A couple of bend and release there. Pull off to 15, over to 16 on the G string. Back up to 15. And just basically mess around with those three notes. Then you have this lick. This is pretty cool. You're gonna be playing it. This is kind of a little sweep thing. We have a 16 on the G to 15 on the B. Those are both gonna be like a 2-string swing with a downstroke. And then come with an upstroke here at the 19th fret on the B string. Do that a few times. Back to the 17th fret there on the high E string, whole step bends. Just pick it normal. And then we have this phrase. All right, so that kind of ends that solo. So we're at the 14th fret here, 14, 15, 17 on the high E string. Back down to 14 and back to 15. So we're just kind of messing with those three notes. Now he does a sequence of hammer-ons down the scale. And it's going to be basically always hammering on. So the very end is a little trill. So we're going to be hammering from 14 to 15, 12 to 14, 10 to 12, 8 to 10, 7 to 8, 5 to 7, 3 to 5, and that trill is between 2 and 3. So you're going to end on that 2. So we have this. All right, and this next lick. So we pulling off 3 to 2 now again. With this to 5 on the B, to 3 to 4 on the G. Back to 3 on the B. Then a whole step bend there on the 5th fret on the B. Take it a couple times. Release that bend. Pull off to 3 and over to 4 on the G. See how I went? Pull off to 3, to 4 on the G, back to 3, back to 4. We all did. So I was hammering 3 to 5, 3, 2, 3, and just do a trill between 4 and 6 on the G string. I think that last one is actually, I think I did a double note. You just pull off down to 4. Don't go back to 3 and 4. Just go right into that melody. It's easy to get lost when you just constantly doing note after note. So it sounds like this. All right, so coming out of that, we have this. All right, so it's kind of some odd chords there. We're starting with just a regular power chord of the 2nd fret there on the A string. And then just make it the 2nd fret on the A and the D together. So we have this. All right. Then we have the open A with the 4th fret on the D. Hit that, and then move it to the 3rd fret on the D, and twice, and then twice at the 2nd fret on the D. That's with that open A. Kind of really slowing down here. And then we have the power chord here, off the 2nd fret now on the low E string. And the same rhythm, but just getting even slower. You're going to move that top note down 1 fret to the 3rd fret on the D string. Pick the whole power chord though, just really heavily muted. And then lift up that finger so it's now the 2nd fret on the D string. So we have this. And then the open E power chord. And that takes us into that cool little bass part and then the harmony guitar section, which we'll take a look at in the next lesson. I'll see you then.